This is part 2. I didn't know this had a limit. Boy, this is going to be a long download to YouTube. Anyway, R12, no good. 410, good. Should be sealed. The wrong kind of refrigerant piping insulation and the wrong kind of Schrader valve service port covers. This is the GFCI for the swimming pool lights. Alright, underneath the meter here, which is fine. But, and it'd only be temporary. It's supposed to be dedicated to itself and only itself. And it's supposed to be closed. You're not supposed to be able to plug stuff into it. There's not supposed to be an open receptacle there. And whoever's servicing these air conditioning units are probably going to bootleg their power off of that. We come over here, this is electric meter. We are on the east side of the garage. It should have been sealed on 3 sides. This side should have been left open so it could drain. But what we're talking about here is the conduit. This is the electric conduit because it's below grade. It's come into the house and it's been disconnected from the box. And that's where that air I was talking about just a little bit ago, in the other video now, okay, in the other video, the earlier video, that air that I felt is coming from that. Your grounding rod should have been buried. It shouldn't be hanging out like that. And by today's standards, you should have 2 grounding rods within 6 feet of each other, which you don't seem to have. I'm not sure what that is. That's cable that's been disconnected. And again, I'm feeling some negative drainage over here, level negative drainage on this side of the garage. So the house is basically sunken a little bit. Tree's too close, like we said. These plastic skimmer covers, okay, these skimmer covers, they're good for about 3 years. After that, they break and and your foot goes through it and you break your ankle. The swimming pool plaster, I understand that's a relatively recent installation. It looks recent, that's for sure. And there's nothing anybody can do about this, okay? But your 2 main drains down there, they're not supposed to be closer than 5 feet from each other. But when this pool was originally installed, that was acceptable. I'm not apologizing for it, I'm just telling you, nobody's going to move those drains. So, the mastic sealer, when the swimming pool surface was redone, the mastic sealer should have been redone. Again, it doesn't last as long as the swimming pool surface. It's not the same as rain gutters, I guess. But the mastic sealer's giving it up here, alright? Now these skimmers, both of them, I've been in them, okay? These skimmers, okay, they can be cleaned a little bit, but they have weir traps, which at one time you had to have weir traps. Now they're more or less optional. And the reason not to have them is if you have children in them. A child playing in the pool put his hand in here and that weir trap is like a Chinese finger trap. And now his arm is stuck in there, which brings his shoulder up higher and forces, I say he, because it's usually little boys that get in that kind of trouble, usually. And then his shoulder's higher than his head, and bad things happen. And it could happen to a girl too, so I don't mean to slight them. Coming on along here, roof looks all pretty good. The front faucet had a vacuum breaker. This faucet to the swimming pool doesn't have a vacuum breaker. Does not have a vacuum breaker. So if this hose was left in the pool, it could siphon water back up in the potable drinking supply. Of course, the jacuzzi does not work. Alright, you do have some circulation, but you don't have bubbles, you don't have heat. It doesn't have much use. Now this cleaner, that's where it was when I got here. That's where it was when I got here. You only have 1 pump. It's not going to move very much. It's just an exercise. You're not going to get that much benefit from it. You would if you had 2 pumps. Okay, along here. Again, it'd be nice if you had some kick out. You can kind of see where the water's been coming in here. It's kind of been covering this up. These party lights, novelty lights, they should not be used in a permanent application. Window closer than 24 inches, last side of the door, that should be tempered safety glass. It is. Never mind. Coming Coming along, all these windows on the first floor, we only have a first floor. All these windows should have alarm sensors on them that are unique from the house alarm system. And these doors the same. And these doors should be self-closing. And all this is so that, one, it's self-closing, it's self-evident, but the alarms are as if you were in the house, you were someplace else in the house, and someone came out here, then you would hear that alarm and know that, you know, the kids are in the pool area when they're not supposed to be. This is an invisible screen. They sell those at the fair. We're missing a little weather stripping. Some more mastic sealer around the swimming pool. You don't want water getting up underneath this. More torn screens. Okay. This rain gutter's been falling. You got rotten fascia up underneath there. Rotten trim board. You can get a better side of that. I'm still a little disturbed that I exceeded my time limit. I don't know what that is. I get that at home. Now my camera's doing that. Coming on along, it's got a little bit of cracking right here, horizontal cracking. Is that tree touching the roof back when we first started? Chimney cap we were talking about. I'm going to measure the pool, but it looks about normal. The pool lights are working. The GFCI does trip it. I checked all that. The mastic sealer is splitting. Pool surface looks pretty good. I understand that a pool service is monitoring this. Or the pool service is being utilized to care and maintain the pool.